he informs the hotel owner that he's embarking on a hike, ignoring warnings of a storm that would hit the area that night.
He knew when he went?
And so Kenji sets off from the hotel lobby.
He knew and he went still?
Into the great unknown.
Why would you? Hello everybody and welcome back to yet another spooky video. Today I got something very special that nobody on this channel has probably seen before. As you guys know, I used to live in Japan for a very long time, and I've actually heard about this unsolved mystery before. When I saw that there was a video on it by one of my favorite channels, I knew I had to go and bring it to stream. Title of this video is Japan's Strangest Unsolved Mystery by a channel called Nexpo, like Nightmare Expo. Isn't that cool? What the heck? Let's go. Wow. Oh, wait. We've played this game before. Do you guys remember this one made with Unity? Where you take pictures of the ghosts? Oh, sheep. I remember. Dun 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 dun. Oh god, the soundscape is so scary.
Monday.
Oh. Spoiler alert, it's scary. July 24th, 1989. Mount Asahidake in Hokkaido.
In fog. It's the aftermath of one of the most violent storms to hit the area in months. A search helicopter powers through the mist.
Whoa, wait, is this made in 3D? That's crazy.
Who set out the day prior and haven't been seen or heard.
How's the volume sound?
This hunt.
That's the year I spawned? Oh, Gundam! Congrats on spawning!
Search teams comb every crevice, yet find no trace of anyone around. But as nightfall takes its grip, enveloping the area in complete blackness, suddenly, something strange enters their view. Just south of Mount Asahidake, a crudely constructed, massive SOS sign beckons from a clearing. Is
this the actual footage or is this 3D reconstructed? Because this looks very realistic.
The team swarms the area with newfound hope that these hikers just might be hiding nearby. They search and search and search until finally.
Would you even find someone if you're not in the clearing and you're not on like a walkway? Look at how dense this forest is. Do you think you would find a person there?
They find them.
Oh, that was scary. Paused while I started playing again. Oh, it is 3D! Damn!
About a mile north, the two men emerge from a cave.
Come off reconstructed and stock footage?
Disoriented, battered, and exhausted, but most prominently are in complete disbelief that the rescuers found them. As they're pulled up into the aircraft, the search team reassures them that they're gonna be okay before commending them on their efforts while out there. "We couldn't have found you without your help," they claim. "You guys did a really great job building that sign."
And they didn't.
The men pause for a minute, visibly confused. "I'm sorry. We didn't build the sign. We have no idea what you're talking about."
Oh god. Okay. I'm gonna put my number one theory out there really early. Aliens. Thank you. Oh shit! The editing of this is chef's kiss. Spooky season is rapidly approaching. You better start running. Dun 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 dun. Wow. Oh, it is beautiful. Wow. I know whenever people are like, we should go hiking, and then I see a mountain like that, I'm like, I'm good, no thank you. That's so tall and scary.
You know, I'll admit, the island of Hokkaido is beautiful. It's a landscape adorned with volcanic mountaintops, trails with serene views,
wow,
and a multitude of steam vents, giving the area an almost dreamlike aesthetic. It's no wonder that
Wait,
it's one
are
of the
those
most
hot?
popular hiking spots in Japan, as no matter what time of year you go,
Like a movie,
you're bound to
right?
have an
So
experience you'll
beautiful.
never forget.
But scary. Would you guys go up a tall mountain? I wouldn't.
From the summit of Mount Asahidake, it was 2.6 miles directly south where the SOS sign awaited. Resting in a relatively flat wetland, it was constructed with 19 cleanly cut birch tree logs, each measuring at around 16 feet long.
Whoa!
Interestingly, the deviation down here is considerably longer than the main hiking trail on
If
the
I'm with
mountain,
people and it's
making
daytime,
its
yeah?
existence
Oh, not even during
entirely
daytime. That's
perplexing.
so scary.
As far as it's known, there are no trails south of this mountain, implying that whoever built it had to have made their diversion from the north. A detour littered with steep cliffs, a dense forest, and even the turbulent Chubetsu River.
Okay, so do you think it's someone who just got lost? Someone who maybe fell and got disoriented? But then how did they build all of that? That sounds like, what did they say, 19 birch logs? That's a lot of lumber to do when you're disoriented or in a storm. Bored lumberjack. OMG SOS, I thought it was 505. Oh no, it's SOS. It would only go mountain climbing if I get to hang glide off of it. Oh hell no! Oh god, oh that's so scary, no! I can climb up, but climbing down scares me. All of that is scary. I don't like cave spelunking, I think it's called. And I don't like climbing all that much. Scary as heck.
At this point, it's completely unknown how this person got here, and for Japanese police, it was undeniable that a mystery was brewing on the mountain. Someone is still out there, likely pleading for help.
I don't know, it's been like what was this, 89? It's been some years. Are you sure? Dang, is he going into the forest topless?
1 day later, a second team is dispatched to probe the area for
Ayo?
any signs of hikers in distress. This time, with emphasis on the wetland the sign sits in.
I don't know, Japanese police car and taxis are so goofy because these are all older car models. So the Burgerlanders, the Europeans, and the Britlanders, it's like looking into a retro TV
While
show.
they all held out hope of finding someone still alive,
Kind of spoopy watching today,
unfortunately,
Unsolved
just
Mystery.
a few short hours into their search, they'd uncover quite the contrary. Hidden near the SOS sign are scattered human remains covered in bite marks from wildlife, and nearby, a backpack containing various items. A Sony Walkman, 4 cassette tapes, toothpaste, a bar of soap.
So they stayed for at
a
least
towel.
one night.
At first glance, it's obvious that the belongings in the human bones are connected. However, a curious question lingered in everyone's mind.
That's
How
so
did this person
scary.
have enough energy and strength to build an SOS sign out of 19 massive logs, allow themselves to die in nature?
Accidents happen, wildlife happens. Does Japan have bears at all? I've never been hiking when I lived in Japan. I only ever been to cities. Something must really love humans that the bones are so clean. My city has bears and wild boars. Where I grew up had boars, and boars are scary as heck. There are bears in Japan. Sun bears? Okay, this is not a meme, right? What is a sun bear? I'm generally scared of bears. I've never seen one in real life before.
For the rescue team, nothing further was discovered that day. For what it's worth, though, this seemed like a pretty open and shut case. Locals have claimed that the weather on this mountain is volatile, with thunderstorms rolling in with hardly any notice. Perhaps this person got turned around, mistakenly made their way down here, and spent their final days awaiting help. That never came.
Oh no!
The
You
sight
wouldn't
of the
seek
SOS
shelter
sign
or
and
build
story
shelter
it tells
instead
is
of the
grim,
sign?
But all things considered, this case, again, seemed relatively straightforward.
Okay, wait, hold up. Also, you know, so it's birch tree logs, which are white. Do you see any other birch trees in that reconstruction? Did nobody notice there are no birch trees in this forest whatsoever? Not just because he chopped them all down, but all of these are like pine trees. Hello? They can find you because Japan has insane cell phone tracking via GPS. If you have signal, the police can find you in Japan. Wait, that's so helpful if you get lost like me. How does that work, by the way? How do trees and mountains block cell signals?
Someone passed away here and built an SOS sign before it happened. The only question really was, who was it? And how exactly did they get here?
Holmes! I hope they remove the remains! 2 days later. Yeah, it is footage from that game we played.
2 days pass. And
One about the
examiners from
apartment.
Asahikawa Medical University notify Hokkaido police that the human bones belong to a female. Reportedly, she was about 5 foot 3 inches tall, had type O blood, was somewhere between 20 and 40 years old at the time of her death, carried bone fractures in multiple locations, and died within the span of 1 to 3 years prior. Aside from this, there was no further identifying information about her.
Wait, so she was in that forest for several years before they found her? That is sad as heck. It's all relayed via towers, not satellites, which are prone to get disrupted by mountains and dense forests. Oh, I learned something today.
She was
Oh god.
consistent.
Oh, that scared me. Oh, that scared me awake. I'm awake now. I'm awake.
Something is wrong. This doesn't make any sense at all.
Yeah, if she had broken bones, how did she take down all of those trees? Like, I know people can do crazy stuff on adrenaline, but this must have taken days. Hello, little Mints! Hi, welcome in!
Upon calculating
Am
the
I
lengths of the SOS logs by utilizing
wait, she did
numerous
it, right?
movement charts online, I found that 16-foot segments of birchwood weighs anywhere between 150 and 400 pounds each, depending on
What is that in kilograms? Half of that, 200 kilos?
diameter. Multiply this by the 19 segments this sign is comprised of, and we have a whopping total range of 2,850 and 7,600 pounds.
No
of
way
total
someone
weight
with broken
making up this
bones
sign.
did that.
So, with this information, we're left to assume that a 5'3" female with fractured bones had the energy and strength to
Ow.
not only cut down 19
what little
massive
bench is
trees
daily.
with
I'm built
tools that were
different.
never found, but also had the stamina to transport anywhere between 1 and 3 tons of weight, completely by herself. Let's not forget
Nah.
either, that all of this was done after
No
taking
way.
a treacherous 2.6-mile diversion down the south side of the mountain, undoubtedly causing considerable exhaustion from the elements. Without help,
Like, yeah, wasn't there a
constructing
big
this sign
storm
alone is an
too?
extraordinary feat, a feat that doesn't add up
Feat.
given the context here. So, was this person actually alone, or was there perhaps someone else that died there?
I
with
don't believe that so much. I've never lifted a ton of weight at all. Like the measurement. Never. Okay, but I gotta say, those 2 hikers at the beginning were so lucky to be near that sign. So lucky. But also, why are you going hiking if there's a storm warning? Don't do that. Stop. I'm glad they were found, but bro, could this have ended badly for them? Wow, wow. Is this an ad? Is this an ad? Are you watching your ad?
Alright guys, before we continue down the rabbit
Wait, he has
hole,
a
I'd like to tell you
face?
about tonight's video sponsor.
I've never seen his face before. I'm sorry. No sponsored segments. I'm gonna get in trouble with Twitch. Apologies, Mr. Nightmare Expo. Hokkaido Police Headquarters in Japan. I've never seen his face before. He looks exactly how I imagined him to look. That's crazy.
It's late at HQ, and investigators are scouring for clues.
He has the face.
Of everything they uncovered, The cassette tapes seem to be the most promising lead on uncovering the identity of this woman. And so, they put them in their tape player and begin to listen.
What do you guys think it is? Wait. Before we listen to these tapes, what do you guys think it is? Wasn't this face that was a ghost? What if the voice on the tapes is not female? Plastic Love single on cassette? Japan's version of Bigfoot. Does Japan have a Bigfoot legend? Growling or screaming? Gargle noises and screams in the distance? I'm gonna say it's some guy's hiking diary. And there was another person at least.
As they play, they're met with musical tracks taken from various anime TV shows.
Okay, wait, epic mixtape. Shark is right. Epic mixtape.
However, once they make it to the last one, something strange gives them pause.
I'm frightened. No! You can't play no copyrighted music here! Don't do it! I'm gonna get in trouble. You can't do that here! My sister and Satan. Okay, hold on, chat. That's not a female voice. Come save me. Why would you record that?
Despite the bones being female, the voice on this recording, clearly in distress, belongs
I was never right before
to a man.
in my life. That's
In
crazy.
the translation,
Sounds like me when I hit my pinky, so.
SOS, help me. I'm stuck on the cliff. SOS, help me. I'm at the location where I first met the helicopter. The Sasa is deep and I can't climb up. Please pick me up here. Interesting.
If he recorded it, do you think he left that area? Why would he record it? Seen too many videos with voices. Scary.
Aside from the blatant parallels to the SOS sign, I can't help but find it strange that this man uses not a single phrase implying that he's with someone.
Oh,
I
is this a
don't know
completely
about you,
separate
but
cave?
if I were stranded somewhere with another person, I'd plead for someone to help us, because we are the ones stuck here.
Okay, here's the thing though. In Japanese, like, Mikoto is better at Japanese than me. Mikoto is better because they're actively living there. But making it from Tasukete kure is imperative version of use for help me. It doesn't imply like one person or multiple people. If this were help us in specific, like what would you say? Bokutachi o tasukete kudasai. Tasukete. It's like a lot more syllables to scream into the ether. I don't know about this one specifically. Correct me if I'm wrong, Mikotsu, because you're more actively speaking it. I only speak Japanese like a little bit. Every now and then now. In Japanese, a lot of stuff is implied, right? So I don't know about this one. If I had to scream out there and just be like, come help, come help, come help, is easier. But help on its own is also fitting for both, right?
In this recording, though,
I don't know.
it sounds as if he's completely alone, unaware that a female is stranded in the exact same area, almost like to him. this
Not the
female
bug! Thank you, Mikotsu. Mikoto is so cool.
doesn't exist.
And then guide them to help the other,
The
right?
woman who the bones belong to,
What
and
if
the
he is
man who
older
the
then?
voice belongs to, almost exist in a vacuum.
Okay, but hear me out. If they were just both there, like could you imagine that she had died and he was there later? Maybe on the same day the hikers were and he dropped his backpack there, or it was a completely isolated incident like a year before and she found the backpack and she didn't play those tapes. It could have also just been two separate incidents in the same location. As we saw in the beginning, it's like a really far away from the mountaintop and near that river. And so people can get lost in the same forest location at different times. He mentioned the helicopter though, which was weird. Right? If he mentions the helicopter, I don't know, I'm guessing that people go missing in a forest multiple times in the forest existence, right? So they would fly search helicopters that way too. So if she was already dead, what did they say, for 2 years? He probably saw those bones in the middle of that storm, got freaked out, and didn't have anything to do with the other 2 hikers that were found. No? I don't know.
Remnants of 2 people discovered in the exact same spot, completely unaware of the other's existence. The only thing tying them together, an SOS sign nearly impossible for one person to build, and whispers of an agonizing death. A sight of demise that we are years too late with uncovering.
That is so sad though. And you telling me that to this day nobody looked into it further? That can't be it. 3 days later. It says 3 days past that storm, by the way.
Fascinated by this case, a Japanese reporter named Koyo Abaratani sets out to the site of the SOS sign in search of any clues.
What could go wrong? Mikoto, please don't go there!
While uncovering anything new was one hell of a long shot. Surprisingly, after they dug through some tree roots, they actually uncovered something.
More bones?
Just 165 feet north of the SOS sign and hidden under foliage was a large hole containing various belongings. 2 cameras, a notebook,
okay,
and most prominently,
an ID?
This ID belonged to a man named Kenji Iwamura, someone from Kanan City in southern Japan, over 800 miles south.
Well, people go hiking on other parts of the country all the time.
This was massive because for all anyone knew, this was bound to be their guy. I mean, this had to have been the voice on the recording, right? And of course, this man must have been associated in some capacity with the female bones found at the same site. While she may be, up to this point, still unidentified, at the very least, those investigating this case finally had a name.
Okay, what do you guys think? Do they know each other or not at all? Because there was notebooks, 2 cameras. 89? 2 cameras? Expensive as heck. Dahout. Have you guys ever looked up how low the wages are in Japan? Way too much weight and with no food or supplies is actually impossible. I'm gonna put a grim idea out there that somebody might have gone out there to their life. And that's why they didn't care how much they were carrying in. In the reconstruction, the parking lot for the police is fairly close. You could get there and park your car, but they didn't mention anything of there being a car in the parking lot either.
Kenji Iwamura.
Five years earlier? Is it the same guy or not? This was during Japanese golden age economy era. They would afford that during the moment.
Summer. In
it crashes a few years later.
Sets out for Mount Asahidake.
I wish I had money to buy 2 camera.
He arrives at a small mountain lodge at the base of the summit and only plans to be there for a couple nights. Later on, he informs the hotel owner that he's embarking on a hike, ignoring warnings of a storm that would hit the area that night. Hesitant,
he knew when he went.
And so Kenji sets off from the hotel lobby.
He knew and he went still?
Into the great unknown.
Why would you?
As time ticks by, the sky darkens.
And the hotel owner did nothing?
Owner becoming increasingly anxious and with no way to contact him to confirm how he's faring in this unstable weather.
Call the cops, bro.
Hours pass without a word from him. The storm comes and goes.
Hello? He told you where he went. He's a solo hiker. If that were me, I'd have called the cops and been like, hey, forest people, cops, there's a guy out there in the storm. He hasn't come back yet. Cell phones haven't been invented yet. I'm the only person that knows he went in there. It is my responsibility to make sure he's getting back out of there, okay?
The clock approaches. Days pass without a word from him. Weeks come and go.
Weeks? And he doesn't tell anyone? Bro, people are the worst. People are the worst. Did he not care at all? You're thinking these level prepared people? This is an emergency situation with no tools around that could help. The inn owner set that guy up for feel. The inn owner is like, does he not feel any like remorse or guilt whatsoever? This guy went out there in like a huge AF storm and he did nothing. Free card. No, Lawrence. I sometimes have friends when they're like, you know, they're going alone to a party or they're going alone somewhere else. Even if they're in a complete like different city, they always tell other people where they're going in case they don't come back. And you don't hear from them after, just to make sure that they're okay. This is scary as heck.
Kenji Iwamura never turned up.
Sorry, weeks?
He was never seen again.
And the inn owner still didn't give a sheep. You have got to be kidding me. Bartender, good to see you. Welcome
With the
in.
discovery of Kenji's
Always
ID,
tell someone,
police
Jack.
were certain
Tell
that
multiple
they'd crack
people.
this case. Reportedly, determining gender from bone fragments isn't always
Look at me.
accurate, and for all they knew, they had to belong to him. From here, they tracked down and contacted Kenji's family, believing that this was the final piece of verification they needed to close this case. Their
This looks like the neighborhood from that rage game we played. Sorry. I love
confidence
Unity.
was at an all-time
I love
high,
Unity as
catalyzed by his parents later claiming that he was an avid fan of anime and that the backpack they uncovered indeed belonged to him.
Oh,
And so,
his
at last, the
mixtape.
police played the cassette tape for them, certain that they'd recognize the voice of their son. And as fate would have it, by the grace of God, they didn't recognize this voice at all.
So there's 3 people lost in these woods forever, and nobody's looking for you. It gets worse. This is terrible. So they won't get any closure. Well, it could be that their son isn't dead then. That's way better for the family, at least.
They have no idea.
I've only known
who
for
this
like
person
about
is.
the one person going missing there and the mysterious sign. So this is new to me too.
With no evidence of foul play, Hokkaido police
Your voice is
bizarrely
beautiful.
continued
Your
to
voice
run
is
with their
beautiful.
theory that this sign was built by Kenji Iwamura. They cast aside the consensus about the bones, the lack of identification with the voice, and simply ran with it. It took just 11 days for them to close this case, and to this day, the mystery surrounding the SOS sign has been cast into the void of history, solved to them, yet completely bewildering to the world surrounding them. By 1990, the bones were re-examined, and the consensus underwent a surprising change. Reportedly, they never belonged to a woman with type O blood, but rather a man with type A.
And you're coming up with that like years and years later? This is crazy. They didn't have good DNA testing at the time, I guess. I hope they kept some of the evidence so they could actually determine it later. What about the other tapes? Was the other tapes just mixtapes? This entire time? They really don't want to open cold cases? I think that's the
Why
case with a
hell
lot
were
of
the
police.
bones suddenly reclassified? Who was the man recorded on Kenji's
Nobody really
tapes?
wants to do their job out there,
How
chat.
were these massive trees carried and placed by just one person? And how were these trees chopped down at all? Taking a broader look at the landscape,
None of
we've
these
established
bags
that the
had
site of
hiking
the
and chopping
SOS
down
sign
equipment.
was reached by a diversion from
You
the
know?
main Mount Asahidake trail. As we've seen, though, multiple hikers have done this. So how have they all made the exact same mistake?
Maybe
So,
the place is
as it
cursed
turns
as heck.
out,
Don't go
there's
there.
an incredibly confusing landmark on the mountain. It's a boulder called Safe Rock, and it's typically used by climbers to orient themselves on their trek, as once you encounter it, you're required to take a right turn to continue your journey to the peak. Bizarrely, however, there sits another identically shaped boulder right next to Safe Rock.
Oh
called Fake Safe
no!
Rock. Unlike the former, using this one as a guide diverts hikers to the
mean
much
save
more
our
dangerous
souls?
south side of the mountain. Terrain littered with steep cliffs and intense grades filled with a specific type of bamboo, known locally as sasa.
Oh,
In
that's what he was
recent
talking
years,
about.
Fake Safe Rock has been marked with a rope to signal that you shouldn't follow it. However, to this day, hikers often misinterpret it for the actual safe rock, adding even further confusion
Oh,
to an
no.
already disorienting situation. I'm sure you're finding this convoluted as I'm explaining it to you. Now imagine if you were faced with this dilemma while exhausted in the wild.
How about you just stay there? Flare and stay there and wait for help. That's
and completely
terrifying.
alone.
Oh god.
To this day, it's believed that both the Tokyo hikers and Kenji Iwamura made this mistake, leaving them both to be stranded.
That's a
and
fairly good
completely
explanation.
helpless. So with this in mind, let's go forth and entertain the idea that
No?
Kenji Iwamura was the only one involved here. Let's just say that everything belongs to and was done by no one but him.
Okay, I'm in for a treat. Let's figure it out.
So it went a little something like this.
Do 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 do.
Kenji Iwamura begins his trek from the lodge and makes his way up the Asahidake Trail. Because of the impending storm, it's possible that there are few hikers up on the mountain.
Why would
He
you
makes
go hiking in the
His
rain?
journey all the way up before the sky darkens.
Saying
and
it's
dense
what
fog rolls in.
terrifying than moving? What do you mean, Zane?
He encounters the fake safe rock, confusing it for the real one, and makes a right turn, leading him south. As the day bleeds by, he begins to panic, the sky darkening as his psyche becomes ever more anxious. He recognizes not a
Turn
single
around?
thing about the path he's on, and it becomes rapidly clear to him that he's venturing nowhere near the summit. Completely turned around and with no other choice, he continues, following some semblance of a path, even though it's only heading down. Is he heading back to camp?
Like you
Are
would
there any
realize when
towns
you
in
start
this
going
direction?
off the hill,
Where
right?
exactly is he
Turn
going?
around.
As hours pass, he becomes
Bro.
more panicked and begins screaming for help, for anyone to hear him. He falls off a cliff on the way down and breaks 2 bones, and so, in immense distress, pulls out his Sony Walkman to record an SOS message and later plays it on repeat to save himself from damaging his voice.
Oh, okay, that's smart. Now I
As he
understand why they were
continues to move
recording
downward,
it.
He encounters and crosses the Chupetsu River before eventually landing at his
With
final
2 broken
destination,
bones.
the flat wetland where he would build the SOS, and where the two would inevitably remain.
That's crazy. Some people staying is more terrifying than moving. Oh, that's what you meant.
On the surface, this theory
Unless the best
makes
survival
sense.
situation, you have
However,
to make a
when you
decision.
begin to pick apart the finer details, this story rapidly falls apart.
How the frick would you cross river with broken bones?
As we know, the only cliffs in the vicinity are up the mountain, and if these are what Kenji's referring to in his recording, assuming it's him, then he made it to the wetland with broken bones and in excruciating pain. Even if we give him the benefit of the doubt and say that he had every tool in the world, building a sign of this scale would take immense effort for just one person. It's been said that something like this would take 2 days to construct for someone
Finally,
hoping.
someone's giving me a time estimate. 2 days? If that were me, I'd keep walking.
So how in the world did Kenji do this while critically injured? There was no axe ever found. And why would he have one on a mountain hike
2 days
anyway?
in perfect health
On
with
top
broken
of this,
bones.
the condition of the bones indicated that he would have been incredibly frail by the time he passed away. There is no way this man made this thing alone, leading me to believe that Kenji Iwamura, perhaps, wasn't the only one to die there.
What if a lot of people followed the same path and ended up there
Consider this.
at the same time? Oh, another
Kenji
theory, let's go!
is on the hike, and somewhere during his climb, encounters someone else out there. The two are both on their way to the mountain peak.
Using your
and
energy
so
to
they
build
pair up and
the symbol
continue
with
their
the ways.
trek together.
Should have kept walking,
As
right?
the fog rolls in, the two begin to undergo equally critical errors, making their turn at fake safe rock and getting lost down the mountain's south end. Injured, one of them makes a recording while the other pleads to keep going. And so they continue downward, cross the river, and make it to the wetland where Kenji lies in agony. It's possible that this other hiker, for some reason, had an axe, and over the next few days, made this sign with incredibly limited help from Kenji. Kenji
I
knows
mean,
he
with
can't go
two
any
people,
further, though.
it would take
And so,
one
in
day.
a final fit of desperation, the other hiker grabs a handful of supplies and takes off to find them help.
But they also never found them, and their bones
In a
are
way,
still out there.
This could explain why police never found an axe. This could explain why the voice on the recording wasn't Kenji. And this, potentially, could explain how this sign was even made in the first place. The human body can go 3 days without water, and perhaps this unknown person
There was a river there. There was a river right next to the SOS sign. You can't tell me that they would have just gone without water this entire time,
was
right?
their last in a final push for rescue.
Eh.
At the end of it all, though, they would never make it and instead would die a slow death. Surrounded
This is
by
so sad,
darkness,
bro. Oh,
by wilderness,
the knocking sound.
and in a forest. Completely abandoned.
Here is the thing though, chat, if you find yourself in the forest, stranded and injured, try and make your way down the river. Rivers always lead somewhere. It's the easiest way to navigate when you don't have a compass and there is no cell phone signal. I'm putting that out there. There's water to drink. Gravity can only pull the water one way. This isn't the Blair Witch Project. Raw river water? That would be worse. You can filter it. It was also raining. This is a hiking trail, so I'm guessing water and the spring source is pretty much untouched if it's not glacier water, which is safe to drink. They still cannot cut the trees down with an axe, right? That's a lot of effort. Do you think it was maybe an even bigger group? Where's the waterfall going up? Oh no! Though it must be terrible to go and be someone's only hope and
Perhaps
then
their
knowing you
body
can't
is
make
still
it.
out there. But we just haven't found it yet. It's a tragic end to someone who may not even exist.
It just
But
ends
goddammit, it's the
there!
only way this story makes any sense. Kenji Iwamura had to have gotten help from someone else on the mountain that night. There is just no way in which he couldn't have.
Is that it? Is that it? No other answers, no other investigations, no hobby guys going in the forest and figuring it
I
out,
refuse
no
to believe
search.
that there was just one person on Mount Asahidake that night. The circumstances are just too extraordinary for one
You're
to be
kidding me,
resolved.
Raya!
The broken bones, the stranger on the tape, the rapid closure, someone migrating literal tons of weight after vital injuries.
A strip of water in
Everything about
mountainous
this
regions
conflicts
is
with
really
the reality of the situation we've been given.
water. Chat, stay hydrated.
These theories, as far-fetched as they are the only way this makes any sense in my brain. And even then, I'm still assuming that someone had an axe, assuming that an entire second person was there, and assuming that this other person died and was never found elsewhere on the mountain. No matter
That's
which
really
way we
sad,
approach this,
though.
nothing makes sense without drawing vectors to things that may or may not have happened.
What about the inn owner? I'm gonna be honest with you, chat. If this guy had no quarrels with not calling the police, not calling any mountain rescue guys after that guy went missing and didn't come back for weeks, I don't trust that guy. I don't trust that guy at all. Zero conscience.
And to me, that's what makes this incident so incredibly perplexing. The man on the recording never stated that he was with someone. And even if we assume that Kenji wasn't alone, the only way this story makes any sort of sense, it's almost like the two of them never even knew the other existed. It's like two people encountered the exact same spot, just on completely different timelines.
Oh. That's crazy.
It
Lolo
goes
Graham
without saying that
Garcia!
we can theorize for hours about what took place on Mount Asahidake and how the SOS
More
sign,
people. I'm
given the
guessing
evidence
more
we
people.
currently have, shouldn't exist. But out of everything, the one detail that haunts me most about this is the simple fact that at the end of everything, the police have never formally identified the bones as belonging to Kenji.
This could be anyone.
And
More
this is
people.
after they were reclassified to belonging to a male. After this story spread to the world around them. And after the mystery surrounding the
Never
SOS
called police
sign
after
and
breaking
all
his
of its
bones and
bizarre
leaving him for dead.
inconsistencies had spearheaded this.
I don't know, it's
into
still
one of
really
the
far
most
out
captivating unsolved cases
walk,
in
but-
history.
This is crazy. I can't believe nobody
There has
else was
never been
questioned.
an official answer as to who the bones belong to. And to this day, nobody knows when the SOS sign was made. And who in the world built it.
Is it still there? It would have decayed by now, right? Seems like foul play of some sort rather than just an accident. I think it's crazy that every single theory is like people are just good. And we're gonna ignore the innkeeper and all of the other people. Did nobody else report their kid missing near 89? Before 89, depending on the decay of those bodies, if they were like 2 years? Nobody go like, hello, nearby records. Did anybody report their spouse or kids or friends missing? That is crazy to me, that nobody cared. Also, I got beef with that innkeeper now. Said if your friends tell you where they're going, make sure you check in on them later. Don't go hiking alone. Don't go hiking when there's a storm warning. Be careful out there. Man. Oh, I gotta say, beautiful video. So just be careful out there. Don't get lost in the woods. We'd all miss you if you were gone. Friends, what the hell are those? At least tell more than one innkeeper. If he had told more people at that mountain lodge and been like, hey, I'm going out there. Look for me if I don't come back. Maybe someone else would have gone looking. Man, this was sad as heck. Oh, that's it? Dang. There's no after credits either, chat. No answers. I'm actually kind of intrigued to see what other theories are out there for this one. Because that was interesting as heck. Did you guys enjoy it? It's very different from what we normally react to. And I think I have 9 million theories now on what could have happened. Maybe there were even more people. If you guys like this video and you have any other unsolved mystery recommendations, please leave them in the comments below or over on the Discord server. And I will see you in the next one.